I'll tell everybody this from a child, I knew that I wanted to be a funeral director and a filmmaker. And I knew that early
Okay.
on. I remember being in high school. I'll never forget freshman year, Miss Jackson. Man, Miss Jackson was awesome. She had us write out a plan for our life, where we was born, what we wanted to do. And I put together my plan, and in my plan, I said that I wanted to be a filmmaker and a funeral director. And it didn't even start in high school. That started in elementary school. But I always knew what I
Wow.
wanted to do because like creativity was always a part of me, even as a child. Like I got one of my old video cameras sitting in the room now. But I remember even in
Wow.
elementary school, I used to take my video camera with me. Like I was into photography and capturing moments and writing stories. Cause like my dad's name is Wade too, by the way. So I'm a junior. But my dad, he can draw. Me, I was more of a writer. So, I wanted to learn how to draw, but it's like, that just wasn't my skills. But but my
Okay.
dad, me and him, we used to work together and create like different cartoon characters, stuff like that. And so I always knew that I wanted to be an artist. So that part of me was nothing new. It might have been suppressed, but it wasn't anything new.
Mm, okay. So when you said it might have been suppressed, like what does that look like
Well,
when you look back?
well, what I mean is because when I went to school to be a funeral director, that was a very long journey for me. Some people went right in and came out and all that, but that wasn't my story. Like it took me a while to complete everything, and then when I got out of school, I had to pass like this exit. I call it the exit career exam, because that's what it
Mm,
did for a lot of people. But all it almost got me too. But it was like this exam before the exam. So once we
okay.
finished school, we couldn't even get our degrees or sit for the national boards until we passed this test. And so I was so caught up in trying to pass that test, and it was kind of draining me and stressing me out. I thought about just completely just walking away from the business. And so so I remember one day I was just sitting there thinking, like, you know what? If this don't work out, I better find something else I'm gonna do. So I went to like this animal hospital, and I was looking at like all the sick animals and stuff, and I'm like, I love animals, but I don't think I can tolerate.
Not in this country.
And
Yeah.
so then I went to Vegas because my uncle, he's a plumber in Vegas, and my family, they're skilled in the plumbing business. So my grandfather Hubert Gaffney, he was a master plumber. He taught my uncles. And so my uncle, he's doing pretty good, with his business. So I went down there to kind of learn a little something. It was funny because it was one day this lady was chewing him out about something. And me and the lady I was sitting on her couch having the whole conversation while my uncle was working. And so when we got through, after she chewed him out, she told me, when you come back to Vegas, make sure she said, leave Chicago. I want you to come down here and come back and visit me. But me, I like my gift is really talking to people and stuff like that. And so I'm like, this is not for me. So I remember being at home. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna go back to school, and I remember talking to God about it, I said, I'm gonna do something that I like. And so I chose film
Mm,
school. And as soon as I went to film school, right, I passed the funeral director part of the test. It was crazy. It was just,
mm.
and I remember somebody telling me, like, why would you go to school for something else after you? But it didn't work out until I took the. Sometimes life just be like that.
It is like that. And